Hi, I'm Johnny. This is Johnny Likes, the show where I talk about movies that I like. Today I'm watching a movie from my I Finally Watched That playlist, which is just a bunch of random movies that I've been meaning to watch for some time. Some are new, some are old, you get the idea. Well, today, Johnny finally watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
You tell him, Johnny! You tell the world!
I've been a big fan of the Mission Impossible series. I think it's one of the most consistent action series out there. However, I've never really been excited when they announce a new one. Despite each time I end up watching it and loving it, because they're all great, except for the second one, which is just okay. So this latest entry was a bit disappointing for me. I think it's fair to say that it's the worst entry so far in the series. It's way too long. It's kind of boring, and all the big action set pieces are retreads of stuff that they've already done in the series. Big car chase in a European city. Sandstorm in a Middle Eastern city/desert setting. Fighting in and on a train with an obligatory tunnel sequence. This is all stuff that we've seen from the series before, and it was better when they did it the first time. I felt like they were running out of fresh ideas, at least for the action set pieces. Now, they also do other stuff they've done in this series before, and I accept that they have to do certain things for it to be considered a Mission Impossible movie. Otherwise, it's just Tom Cruise and friends, right? You have to have the self-destructing mission outline.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
You have to have the face mask reveal. You have to have the tech support guys.
Okay, next question. Who or what is the most important thing to you?
Say it.
But if I...
There's no other choice. Say it.
And you have to have Tom Cruise running full tilt. That's pretty much the checklist. Maybe a damsel in distress type person. Who's not really a damsel, but like a capable woman. And I'm fine with that, as they generally did it in pretty fresh and interesting ways. So I'm not really sure what went wrong with this entry. Behind the scenes, you've got Christopher McQuarrie writing and directing, and he's a really good and creative writer-director. But this one just didn't connect with me like the others did. One thing that for sure bugged me about the movie is that it's only half of a movie. And it's like 2.5 hours long. I'm not a big fan of the trend of doing a 2-part movie. My kind of thought is if you can't finish the movie in one go, then make it into a TV series or rewrite the script. I don't think it's too much to ask to see all of my movie in one trip to the theater. I'll make an exception for Dune, but I generally don't like paying twice. The performances in this were typically excellent, though. I enjoyed Haley Atwell as the thief, and Esai Morales as Gabriel, the bad guy. I didn't really care for Pom Klementieff. Her character was kind of a dud, so her acting was fine, though. Everyone else, yeah, typically great. They know their roles, they know how to play them. One nice thing was Tom Cruise is finally starting to let his age show on screen. It was kind of encouraging, and that was the one thing that kind of really bugged me about Top Gun Maverick, was that he's obviously trying to downplay how old he actually is. Whereas here he has just a little bit of salt to go with his pepper in his hair, and he's got a little bit of puff to his face and body, which is perfectly fine. He's still in great shape. He's like, 52 or something? It makes him seem like a real-life human instead of a delusional actor who still thinks he's 28. Artificial intelligence, as represented in film, is dubious at best. It often comes off as a crystal ball or some sort of sorcery due to being able to predict the future with astonishing accuracy. And that's kind of the case here. But it's the hot button topic, so they gotta throw it in there. I understand, and I always like seeing different takes on AI. It's neat. I didn't find this one especially interesting, at least in what they showed so far. I didn't find the entity, as they call it in this, to be threatening. I found it much more cartoonish. To me, it kind of came off more like Ultron from the MCU, which is not really what you want from a Mission Impossible movie. I think the villain can be unreasonably evil, but they shouldn't come off as cartoonish, and it's kind of a fine line to walk. The Bond villains have the same problem, right? Anytime there's somebody trying to take over the world, it's a fine line. All in all, this was a bit of a disappointment for me because of how much I had enjoyed the previous entries. I'm still looking forward to seeing the conclusion whenever it comes out, but this one just didn't grab me, and I'm going to rate it 3 out of 5. The main problem not being that it was bad or poorly done, but it just wasn't that good. If I had to describe it in one word, it would be meh? Yeah, it was just kind of a non-event from what is typically an event type picture. So this is one of the movies off my big old watch list, so let's take a moment and cross that off, and hey, only like 80 more movies to go. Awesome. So what did you guys think of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1? Apart from that's an awful mouthful of a title. Did you like it? You not like it? You already forgotten it because it's so forgettable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I completely talking out my ass here? That could be the case. While you're here, you may as well like and subscribe. It's quick, free, and relatively painless. Plus it helps me out. Thanks for watching me talk about movies for a little while, and you can tune in next time to see what else Johnny likes.